Now, you won't find a lot of unicorns here in Uzbekistan, of the financial type, of course. In fact, Uzum is the only one, and it's becoming the first tech startup here to reach the valuation of $1 billion. The company says it offers e-commerce, fintech and banking services, a wide range, and it has a large domestic base. The company's 40% of the country's population now uses its platform. Uzum was able to capture that market share very quickly, launching its first product less than 3 years ago. With me is Nikolay Seleznev, is the co-founder of Uzum. Good to see you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.
It's quite an achievement in 3 years to have done that. That speaks to a huge pent-up demand of a country that was ready for these sort of services.
Yeah, that's right. And you know, the original idea is to, what my co-founder is saying is, to achieve great things, two things are needed: a plan and not quite enough time. So idea was to find a great place and to do great things.
Right, so, I mean, to viewers watching, you essentially are part Amazon, because you deliver yourselves, and you're part financial services like Monzo or Revolut, because you're essentially a bank. How do they come together?
They come together quite nicely, because the idea here is to provide what used to be a very underbanked and underserviced audience, or the population of 40 million population, with the convenient services through e-commerce and fintech. We united under one umbrella through Uzum, and frankly speaking, the customers, they love us.
Right, but it's easy, I suppose it's easy to do the delivery and a lot of the services here in Tashkent or Samarkand, where it was, but it's a huge country with a great, I mean, the rural part must be very difficult. How do you ensure you don't have the haves and have-nots?
That's a good one. Well, the thing is, when we arrived here like 4 years ago, the country didn't have proper warehouses, pickup points, logistics infrastructure, and we had to invest and build ourselves. That would be one of our key differentiating factors from the other companies that do same thing in other countries.
We often think of doing business in this part of the world as being a bit like the Wild West, mainly because companies are nascent, they're launching on stock markets elsewhere, they're getting venture capital in. The transparency, ease of doing business is not as arguably as robust as one might say as in other parts. Is it still the Wild West?
I won't call it a Wild West. It's a land of opportunity. The country basically was, I would call it, in maybe self-imposed isolation up until 2017. And when the new president came in, he basically opened up the country to the outside and investor community, to the outside world. And we are basically riding that wave of change. And we managed to be the first one to maybe the trailblazers for that matter.
Is there the risk that the other players come in? Now, when I say Amazon, I don't necessarily mean Amazon per se, but large global players, Alibaba, Amazon, DHL or whatever, the Deutsche Post players, that they come in, spot an opportunity, find favour in a regulatory environment, and start to eat your lunch?
Well, I would call it a blessing. I do believe that the market is big enough, the opportunity is big enough, and we would love to have other competitors here.
Really?
Yes, because we were the first one, and I really believe that we won't be the only one.
But you've stuck to your knitting and you've stuck at home. I guess to be global, you must have an ambition obviously to grow outside of the country, maybe not. The stands are a huge opportunity. You've got every stand known to Lord Earth all around you. Do you intend to expand into them?
Frankly speaking, I've seen too many entrepreneurs doing geographical expansion too early, too fast, and the idea here is to properly win the local market. And just to give you a hint, our logistics infrastructure allows us to service not only the entirety of Uzbekistan with a guaranteed next day delivery, but the south of Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and even the north of Afghanistan. I'm not saying we're going to the north of Afghanistan anytime soon, but that might be a hint of where we're going in the next 3 to 5 years from now.
You did very well with all those stands. I can never remember all the names.
Well, I'm here on the ground. This is how business is done.
Quite, absolutely. So all of these other regional, these neighbours, are opportunities that you can nibble away at.
Yeah, the region was very long time overlooked by, again, this international investor community. And finally, Uzbekistan is sort of leading the way for the remaining parts of the C5, of the stands, as you call them. I won't call it this way, it's Central Asia.
I think I've been put in my place. Thank you very much, sir. Okay. Very grateful for you for joining tonight.
Thank you very much for having me. It was a pleasure.
Not at all. Wherever I go, everybody keeps saying how magnificent and the people are using your services. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, sir.